Star Wars Outlaws, the new open world game from Ubisoft set in the Star Wars universe, just got a release date, but there's a problem with it. It's a problem that I feel like we've seen a lot of lately. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised even a little if every publisher has done this at some point recently. And that's where they have a release date for a game, but you get early access by picking up the more expensive version of the game. I know that we've seen Microsoft do this specifically and most recently, I think, with Starfield, where they promised that you would have access to that game day one on Game Pass, only to have day one locked behind a paywall. Ubisoft is doing it again, this time with Star Wars, which launches on August 30th, which I have to be honest is way sooner than I expected. I figured this game would be coming out in the fall or more likely delayed until next year, but it is launching on August 30th, according to Ubisoft. And hey, I'm excited for the game, but the price is a bit of an issue. Some may say that I'm about to complain about the $70 price tag, but that doesn't really bother me. Games are getting more expensive to make, and this game looks crazy bananas huge, you know? Does that justify a $70 price tag? I don't know, but I also know that if you adjust for inflation, game prices haven't really kept up with inflation. And, you know, if you look at how much they cost, they've actually gotten cheaper. It is understandable that they would raise the price, but that isn't my problem. It's not the $70 price tag. My problem is that the other versions of the game, because the standard edition, that's the $70 version. Then there's the gold edition. Ooh, gold. I sure do love that gold. What do I get with the gold edition? Well, it comes with 3 days of early access and a season pass. So first of all, let's slow down a moment. The game releases on August 30th, but you can play the game if you pay more on the 27th. Now, I don't care what Ubisoft or Ubisoft is saying. That makes the launch day August 27th. Ubisoft calls this early access, but let's be honest here, that's not early access. That's delaying the game for anyone that doesn't want to pay extra. So how much extra is it? 50% more. Oh, I'm sorry, not 50% more? I was wrong about that. What I meant to say is 57% more, or $110 to play your game on launch day. If you don't want to pay that extra 57%, you don't want to drop a cool hundo and then some on a game, well, then you have to wait. Now, to be fair to Ubisoft, with your extra $110 that you're paying, you also get some other stuff. You get some cosmetics. You get a season pass, which is 2 DLCs that come after launch. What exactly is in those DLCs? Nobody knows. You don't buy it ahead of time. You're going to have to pay more than the extra cash that it's going to cost up front. It'll end up costing you more down the line. And if you don't spring for the gold version, there's a mission in the game that you just won't be able to play. Literally, Ubisoft is taking things out of the finished game and making you pay extra for that. But wait, there's more. That's just for the gold version. What about the ultimate? Let me try that again. Ultimate version of the game. Well, that's going to be 85% upsell, coming in at 130 American buckaroos. What do you get for the price of more than 2 normal games? Well, you get some cosmetics. And hang on to your hats for this. You know, I don't know if you're ready for this information. What do you think is the thing that jacks the price up to 130 bucks? Go ahead, type it in the comments. And while you're down there, click the like button if this is bugging the hell out of you. All right, here we go. Time to rip the Band-Aid off. You get an art book. Oh, an art book. I was expecting something crappy. That actually seems reasonable. A full color art book with your purchase. plus you get the season pass, and you get the right, nay, the privilege to play on day one. That sounds okay, right? Oh, wait, I'm just seeing this now. Adjust fake glasses. It's a digital art book. So you're getting a PDF. You're paying an extra 85% on top of normal game price, or an extra 20 over the gold price for a PDF. That seems like a great deal, doesn't it? And what's even more irritating is we don't know what other monetization options are going to be in the game at launch, or a few days after launch. Will there be some stupid currency in the game to buy stuff? A currency that devs maybe have been encouraged to make scarce so that the players are encouraged to dump more money into the game? This would not be the first time that a game launches, gets the reviews all out, and then boom, on launch day or 3 days later, if you want to save some money, a patch comes out. A patch riddled with microtransactions. These companies, they do this shit on purpose. They do this shit on purpose because they know that we hate this stuff. And they know that the review scores would be affected by the inclusion of the microtransaction hell. Capcom recently did this with Dragon's Dogma 2. Sure, you can earn all of the stuff that's in the microtransactions in that game, and most people who played that game, I'm not one of them, but most people who played that game said that it never really felt necessary to pay for that stuff. But Capcom also waited until the reviews were out to show off the cash shop because they knew that it was a bunch of BS. I guess we shouldn't be surprised. This is from the same company that tried to dress up their pirate game Skull and Bones as a quadruple A game in order to justify the fact that the game cost $70 and was also riddled with monetization trappings that come along with live service games. And it seems like that's exactly the same playbook that they are following here with Star Wars. But I've got a hard truth for everyone watching this right now. If you're watching this video, I apologize. This is my fault. It's probably my fault. It's probably a little bit your fault, because when companies do stuff like this, we're just like, oh, shrug. Oh, well, what can you do? And honestly, I don't have a solution because all of the companies are doing this nonsense. Well, all of the big companies, which makes me say we should support indies now more than ever. Check out the III initiative. They know that they can get away with it. I'm not usually one for open world games anyway, especially Ubisoft games. I'm not an Assassin's Creed guy. I played Valhalla for about 10 hours and then I lost interest. And it's not because it wasn't a good game. It's because I just don't have the attention span for massive games like that. That being said, I was really looking forward to checking out Star Wars Outlaws. I wanted to jump in on this game. There's something about the Star Wars universe that I'm always excited about. And I was going to pick this up on day one, but now it's probably going to be on day 3 or maybe even later because I don't see anything in the gold or ultimate editions that is actually worth what Ubisoft is asking for. And of course, that stuff is all optional, and you can say that it's all optional, and you're right. It is all optional, but it doesn't feel less scummy no matter how optional it is. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you like this video, you'll probably enjoy this one right here. From the Nerd Nest, I'm Bill. Stay rad, everybody.